Yes.
Julius, it's been how long since you've been back in South Africa?
So we left South Africa 2015 December.
Yeah.
So this year would be 6 years.
6 years.
Yes.
And a lot has happened in 6 years.
So much has unbelievable. So much.
Man, that's good. So this is Julius Schultz, the dad of Jamie-Leigh and Justin Lee. Am I right?
Well known as Pops.
Well known as Pops.
Yeah.
You well known as Pops
In the States.
Wow,
yeah.
man.
I'll be like, they'll introduce me. This is my dad, Julius Schultz. They'll be like, hey, Pops. So I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got Jamie-Leigh, we ladies first, right?
Yes.
So we've got Jamie-Leigh. James, how you've been doing? And they teasing me because I'm saying James to her, but okay, that's how I used to
You're
call
the
her,
only
right?
one that can call me James.
Jamie, how you been doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Jamie, so you left the country at what age?
I was 12.
You were 12.
I'm 18 now.
Oh my word! And so that's 6 years ago. And do you want to come back just right in the beginning, James? Let's just establish this thing. You want to stay in the States?
Yes.
Yeah. She doesn't make a secret about it. And then we have so Jamie-Leigh is a drummer as well as a bass guitarist. So she does both, and then she plays a little bit of keys. It's a musical family, so she does everything, right?
They make me sick. I just want to put it out there.
You just want to put it out there.
Yeah.
And then we have Justin Lee, the Prodigy. Well, I can always, in my experience, in my lifetime, I say I know at least one Prodigy. And I know him by name, and I know him personally, and I can talk to him anytime. I can call him, and that's the Prodigy. Justin Lee, give it up for both Jamie and Justin.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Justy. How you been doing, man?
I've been doing good. How are you doing?
I'm well.
Wait, and you forgot to say, and he calls me Unc.
And he calls me Unc.
No, just you left here when you were
8 years old.
8 years old.
And now I'm 47. So, it's been a great 4 decades, guys.
What a journey.
What a journey.
What a journey, man. What a journey. So Justy, so you have to explain this to me, right, Julius,
Yeah.
so that everybody just knows out there. We've got the JLS experience,
Yes.
which is the family, and then as Justin, is he on his own and Jamie on her own? So what's the vibe like?
So since Justin released his debut album,
Okay.
the JLS experience has been playing for Justin Lee Schultz.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Jamie has been getting a lot of bookings to play for a lot of female artists.
Okay.
She recently got called on to play for Kehlani. I don't know if you heard of that. She's a pop artist in the States.
Jay will know that.
You know
Yeah.
Kehlani?
Yeah.
She got called on to play for Kehlani, but it was a month before her 18th birthday.
Wow.
So she was still underage then.
Okay.
She was still underage, yeah.
Wow.
So if she was 18, she would have been in Paris
And touring.
Touring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wouldn't have been here with us.
All right. so she's got her own thing going.
She's got her own thing going.
Justin's got his own thing going.
Yep.
And then collectively, you guys do the JLS
The
experience.
JLS experience, yeah. So
Okay.
so for now, we play like when Justin gets invited for shows, it's Jamie on drums, myself on guitar, and then we have a bass player.
Okay.
Then we have
Okay.
a bass player, yeah. So and that has been going crazy the last
Few months,
the
yeah.
last few months. Crazy.
Wow. Okay, so now we're gonna start right at the beginning, okay? Julius is from South Africa, from Eldorado Park.
Eldos.
First old Eldos or what? Extension?
No, Extension 2.
Extension 2
I
first.
was in New Eldos.
So Extension 2, then over to Extension 9.
9. Yes, Extension 2 over to Extension 9.
Okay, and you grew up in Eldorado
I grew
Park.
up in Eldos, yeah.
Just give us a little background, Jukes.
Yes, I walked. I can brag and say that I walked every single street in Eldos
Come on now.
with my 2 feet.
Guys, you don't
Come on.
know that this guy, when he says he walked, he really means he
No.
walked.
Literally.
This guy couldn't sit still.
No,
I
I
don't
couldn't
know.
sit still.
He used to walk the whole Eldos.
No, every single street.
Full.
Every single street that you find in Eldorado, I walked.
He was like Manikis.
No, never. Pastor
But this
yeah.
guy, this guy used to walk. I tell you.
No, I walked every street in Elders. Yeah, so I was born. We actually drove past the house. I was born in 19 Carrierberg Street, El Dorado Park Extension 2.
Right.
And then when I was 16, we moved to Extension 9.
Right.
Yep. And yeah, so and I grew up there.
And church wise.
So church wise, when my mother got saved,
Right.
we were at the AFM.
AFM in Elders.
AFM in Elders.
Yes.
And this is a long time ago, so I can say this because they never gave me opportunity to play to play in the church, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Because I can mention names as well. Dagi Bosch,
Yeah.
Faisal Hartley.
Yes.
So I was the weakest link in the, and this is going to be a testimony maybe for you and your children. So
Yeah.
so I used to go to the church's rehearsals. They never let me touch the guitars.
Yeah.
Never touch me. In their eyes,
Because that was a holy thing.
No, in their eyes, I played nonsense. Right? That was in their eyes, right? And then one day, we lived in Extension 9. One day I walked from the AFM in Elders. I was walking towards home, and somehow I turned right into Fisher Street.
Right.
And I heard music. And then I went into the churchyard, peeped in, and they're having, at PPC Extension 9, they were having worship rehearsals. And then I went in, and Pastor Les, you know me.
Yeah.
When it comes to wrong chords, it works on my nerves.
Yeah.
And they were singing the song, and I knew the chords, and they were playing the wrong chords.
Yeah.
And they didn't know me, right? They
Right.
didn't know me. And I said, excuse me, you guys are playing the wrong chords. And they sort of got irritated with me. And they said, I must come show them and I showed them the right chords.
Yeah.
And then they asked me to play that Sunday, and the rest was history. I was at the PPC next week.
Wow. And that's how you moved over to PPC Extension
That's how I moved
9?
over to PPC Extension 9.
Under Pastor Colbert.
Under Pastor Colbert. no.
Yes.
Under the late Pastor
The
Colbert.
late Pastor Colbert.
Yep.
Wow.
Pastor Colbert is also one of the people that opened my mind like to a lot of things. Pastor Colbert was the one that when I went to the States for my 21st, I got the opportunity to go to the States, and they wouldn't give my visa.
Yeah.
Pastor Colbert went to put himself on the line so that I can get the visa. Pastor Colbert went there and he said, listen, if this man don't come back, you can lock me up. Here's
Right.
all my papers, here's everything. He gave every single thing, like his whole life he put on the line so that I can go to the States.
Wow.
Yeah, so-
Wow. To give you that experience.
Give me that experience, yeah.
Man, and that's a beautiful family.
Yes,
the
beautiful.
Colbert
Colberts,
family.
yeah. No, I love them
just,
to. I love them to bits.
No, they're just a beautiful family.
Yeah.
And then your journey from there, different churches, in terms of playing at different churches.
Yeah, and then I played for a while with Mount Carmel Youth Choir.
Yes.
And also I played with Exaltation.
Yes.
I played with Cloudburst.
So that were the few groups that you
there's a few groups I
that
played
you
with.
also played for.
Played with the Real Sisters.
Yeah.
We were keeping it real back in the day. We played with the Real Sisters.
Yes.
Yeah. So and also the Ancient of Days bass solo of when Ron Canoli came out with Ancient of Days.
With Abraham Laboriel
With
solo.
Laboriel solo. I was one of the few bass players that knew that solo. That solo took me over the whole of South Africa because I knew the solo.
Yes, but you didn't know it better than Orbit Taste because Orbit owns that.
No, he does. No, he does. I think he actually
he
taught it
owns,
to me.
Yes, he
Yeah.
owns that solo.
But you see, Orbit,
Big ups to Orbit.
big up, but Orbit wasn't in the right places at the right time. I was. That's why they took me.
Yeah, no, beautiful man. And then obviously, Jukes, we know you. We know one another for many years.
Yeah, you taught me how to drive.
Yes,
Yep.
I taught this man to drive.
Yep.
He drove nonsense. With
No, that's why I drive nonsense today because he taught me how to drive. I got a lot of speeding tickets because he taught me how to drive.
Okay, so
Not a bad student, bad teacher.
so we had so that's basically history. And then what happened is you joined me at Crystal.
Yes.
And then you worked under the leadership of Dr. Carl Hendricks.
Dr. Carl Hendricks, yeah.
Back in Extension 9 still, El Dorado
So
Park.
that's when I came from PE. I was with Victory Ministries.
Yes.
Yes, with
Yes.
Nates and Sean and
Sean
them,
and
yeah.
the guys, yeah.
And then when I got married, I made the mature decision
Yeah.
to move back home.
Yeah, man.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Come on.
And then we worked on a few albums together. myself and Julius.
Yep.
That time still recorded at Trevor Sampson's place.
Yep, reel to reel.
Reel to reel, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, reel to reel.
They know anything about that.
No digital stuff, just
Reel to
pure
reel.
analog
One
on
take.
reels. One take, bro, and that's it. And if you want to do overdubs, you have to rewind.
From the beginning.
And
Yeah.
then we start again and we go, okay, now's your turn. Drop in. Julius has to play. We do overdubs. So that we come a long way with that. And then the best thing that happened to you at Crystal.
Oh,
was.
Yeah, I met my wife at Crystal.
Wow, man. Wow.
So I say there's always this. I always say there's 3 decisions I made in my life that changed my life. Was accepting Christ as my savior, marrying my wife, and moving to the States.
Oh man, that was 3 major decisions
Major
in your
decisions,
life
yep.
that you had.
Yeah.
And then obviously marrying the lovely Charlene
Yep.
and now Schultz, that time Meanings.
Yep.
And then you had these 2 beautiful children.
Yep.
Um,
We'll be married 20 years.
December.
December 15th.
Jukes, it's a long time, you know.
20 years. 20 years. Charlene
20 years.
says 20 long years.
Yeah. we'll hear a little later from Charlene. She'll come into the studio and we'll hear from her from the mom side. You know what I'm saying? That's always that for me is the best side of this whole story. So and then the 2 of them, Jamie-Leigh
Yep.
and then Justin. I still remember Jamie. Jamie played, I don't know, was it the first time? But Jamie played on stage at the Blues Room. Can you remember that,
Yes. Yep.
Julius?
Yep.
At the Blues Room, you were doing your recording. What was that called? Live at
Live at the Blues Room.
the Blues Room. And then Jamie played. She played drums on, it was Electric Kid that
Electric Kid, yeah.
that James, can you remember that?
I can. I was singing too.
Yes, she was singing.
Yes,
she was singing.
What song were you singing, Jamie?
I don't know.
Oh, she was singing
all
backing.
of them.
She was singing backing on all the songs, right?
The
And
whole set.
and the,
But my mic was turned off.
and the backing, wait, the backing vocals. So you know Jose, right?
Yes.
Jose, Brent
was doing the
front of house.
front of house,
And
yeah.
Jose was doing the monitors, right?
Yes.
Yes. So she would go to Jose
Yeah.
and say, Uncle Jose, I can't hear myself. I can't hear myself. And the backing vocals
Yeah.
would come like complain by me and say, Julius, nah, this child, man, she's singing, she's cute, man, but she's messing us up. She's messing us up.
But James, at that time, you didn't care.
I didn't care.
You just wanted to sing
Young
Yeah.
and innocent.
because that was your dad on stage,
Yes, no,
and
she
you
wasn't
wanted
one.
to do your thing. You know what? We still got. If you look at I'm sure they still. Did we record that?
Yes,
We did.
We recorded.
We
so
did, eh?
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, yeah.
Yep, it's on YouTube.
So if you want to check that out live in the Blues Room, you can check. Jamie's playing drums on that recording. One song. I don't know what song,
One song,
it was.
My solo was so long, you had to cut it.
Listen,
we had to cut it.
we had to cut it. So live in the Blues Room was recorded at the Blues Room, obviously.
So, and all the pre-production and post-production was done here.
Yeah, was done at Crystal
Was done at
Studios.
Crystal.
So I'm glad that I got to mix that album
Yep.
and master the album, and that was that was tough.
That was tough, yeah.
Look, we didn't have budget at that time, Jukes,
Nothing.
but
Nothing.
we knew a little and we grew into it, and we recorded the album and released the album, man.
But you know what, Pastor Les? Even if I watch it today, I'm still proud of it.
Yes,
I
yes,
still watch it because it sounds good, it looks good.
yes.
Yeah, even for today.
I mean, we used for video, we used Chili.
Chili.
Also a guy from the Wood.
Yeah,
So
Chili.
we've been doing
Saw
guys
the
from
other
the
day.
from the Wood for a long time. So El Dorado Park was on that album.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
It
From
was it
start
was
to
only
finish.
albums on that album.
From start to finish.
And that we did intentionally.
We did it intentionally.
We did it intentionally. Yep.
Man, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. And then along came Mr. Justin Lee.
So even on that DVD,
Yeah.
we did
Because he at that DVD recording,
he was sitting on his mother's lap.
oh, I thought he was still in the mountains.
No, he was
He was
he was sitting on his mother's lap, right?
okay, Justin, you were born.
He was
Yeah,
born,
I was
yeah.
2.
He was two.
Wow, man.
So there's a song on the DVD that says, "Baby, come close to me."
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
wanna get-" And then I went to play for Charlene.
Yeah.
And then I kissed her, and then he got upset.
Hey, man.
I cried. scarred me for life.
Yeah. He's like, Daddy kissed you.
Okay. So then, Justy was born already. So
Yeah.
he was 2 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jukes, the first time you brought Justin here, right, to the studio now, musically, I mean, when did you realize that this guy is musical? He can play, or he's got an ear or
Yeah.
something,
So there was a keyboard at home,
right?
and so it was my New Year's resolution for 2012 to play keyboard, like to teach myself.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes, it was my resolution. I bought a little small Yamaha.
Yes.
With speakers.
You phoned me
yeah.
and said, Les, don't you have some DVDs or something?
Exactly.
Yes, that teaches piano
That teaches
or whatever.
piano. And
yeah.
that was for me, the beginning
Yes.
of the year.
Yes.
And then, as you know, New Year's resolutions go by the end of January, you're done with it. and the keyboard was there. And then he started messing around on the 7th of April, 2012.
Wow.
On that day, he started messing around.
What age was he at?
5.
5
years old.
at the
5.
time.
But he was playing stuff that made sense, right?
Right.
And even though I would let Jamie mess around and be with me when we're doing the shows and stuff,
Yeah.
I really didn't want my kids to play because
Yes.
I knew the music industry.
Yeah.
So my effort to discourage Justin from playing, I would give him jazz standards. Like
Okay, just to difficult stuff.
difficult stuff, just
yeah.
to discourage him from playing.
Yeah.
And he took, and up until today, still like that. He'll take any challenge you give him, he'll take it on.
Right.
And he took it. He played Autumn Leaves,
Yeah. No satin doll.
Satin Doll. He played Satin da 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 da, and then he played Autumn Leaves da 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 da. And then I said to him, dude, if you can play Giant Steps, then you'll play keyboard. Then I know you're a keyboard player. At 5, I gave him Giant Steps is
Oh my word.
Giant Steps is a 3rd year or 4th year university, jazz university. That they give that to them.
Yeah, John Coltrane classic.
John Coltrane classic. They give that to them. I gave it to him at 5. I said, if you can play this,
Yeah.
then you
Jukes,
can play.
when did you realize that this boy is a prodigy?
No, when he played the first time.
When he played the first time?
When he played, I was excited when he played the first time.
Yes.
But I'm like, oh no, I didn't want this. But I was like, because I knew. And at that time, Pastor Les, I was busy signing my contract with Universal. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
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 And I would be sitting, I sat at Universal chatting to Randall Abrams, but my mind was at, this Lighty, he's got something special.
Yes.
Yeah. And when he started playing, I regretted signing that contract.
Wow.
Yeah, because I knew that. But here's the thing. Then she would play in her room.
Look, Jamie was now, she was grooming herself in
Yes.
terms of
In terms of
drums.
playing,
Yes.
And then Justin would play in his room, and they just one day I put them together. In 2012, I put them together, and then I sat and played guitar, and then I'm like, okay, I got something, you know?
Yes.
I'm like, because it sounded at 5 and at 8.
8, yeah.
Yeah,
8
at
or
5
9.
and at 8. I'm like, these kids sound okay, you know?
Right.
But then I started getting excited. I'm like, my kids got something.
They got something.
They got
man.
something. And I think,
Yeah.
and I think I told you.
Yes.
Wait, we played. He started the 12th of April. The 27th of April, we had a show. I had a show in East London.
Right.
Then I took him with, and I would usually bring her up on the show to play a song.
Yes.
Right. And then I took. They were all with Charlene Musworth, and then we sat at the rehearsal, and he came to me. He's like, Daddy, I want to play with. I'm like, dude, your keyboard at home had stickers on. This got no stickers on. He said,
Yeah.
I know, but I can play it. I'm like, no. He's like, Daddy. He's like, wait.
I remember that.
Yeah, he's like, wait. So the more I'm trying to ignore him, the more he's saying to me, wait, Daddy, wait.
I can do it.
I can do it. I'm like, Justy, we're busy rehearsing here. We're busy rehearsing. And then with tears in his eyes, like, wait, Daddy, wait, I can do it. And then I put him on. And then I put him on.
Oh, just
Come on.
And then I put him on. And to my amazement, because at home, in that first week, I put letters on it, like with all
Right,
the keys.
yeah.
right.
I put keys on it. And then when I put him on the keyboard there, and that's on YouTube, 3 weeks after he played like complicated chords. The song wasn't easy. And then he did the breaks that I put in. I'm like, what in the world? And he knew it.
This guy didn't know. I remember. He didn't know the alphabet, but he knew chords.
In new chords, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's still like that now. Still like that now.
Wow. The shade.
So I want to do a test because remember you came to the studio. It's just a normal day.
Yeah.
You come to the studio with Justin, and we're sitting in studio. We're discussing a few things, listening to a few things, and I said to you, "No man, Jukes, this can't be real, man. This boy, there's something special about him. I want to test this boy. So I wanna do that practical test now. I didn't prepare him, prepared for him,
Yeah.
or prepare him for it. And so what I want to do is, James, can you get on the keyboard for me? Right? So James, we're gonna start with major chords, right? Identify the chord for us.
Or the single notes.
Or the single notes. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
play
So first and foremost, just give me one note.
Wait.
One note.
Wait.
Whoa. What's happening?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Froze.
Yeah?
Froze.
What happened now?
Filming's closed, but we're streaming. We're still live.
So, can we go on?
Which shot is it on, bro?
That's right, yeah, what you did know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we good? We back, guys. We sorry. Something just happened. Technical issues, load shedding and you know what I'm saying.
Load shedding was actually
Yeah, you'll
amazing.
We
you'll
South
actually
Africa,
landed.
guys.
You'll actually landed in. I saw the picture.
Yes, no, load shedding was amazing, the first one.
You landed in South Africa.
Now it's not
recently.
amazing anymore.
No, it's not, I'm saying the first night we experienced it was amazing. We were like at the table singing Goomba.
But now, okay, so we back here, right? So James, press any chord. I want this guy to identify the chord. What's that?
E minor 7.
Is it right, Julius?
Yeah, it's right.
Oh my God.
minor.
Okay. To do something else, James.
F sharp minor 7.
What?
F sharp minor 7.
F sharp minor 7.
F sharp minor 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Okay, now this is what we're gonna do. You going to hum G for me. Press G. Go up.
Go lower.
Go.
Okay, wait. Hum E for me.
Do low E.
Yes. Listen.
Come on.
This guy, so what we call that is perfect pitch. This guy's ears, I don't know. Guys, if he's a prodigy, right? He's got perfect pitch. That's a gift from God.
Yeah.
There's no one that could have given it to him because, Justy, how did you learn to play?
From my dad. I mean, he's a jazz guitarist.
Yeah.
So he would always, guide me. And even though he didn't know how to, play piano,
Yeah.
he knew how it should sound.
And
Okay.
I YouTubed everything.
And he YouTubed the fingering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But just playing in general for you.
Yeah.
How does it? Remember, I asked you at 6 years old, and I know that was an unfair question at the time. I said, Justin,
Yeah.
how do you visualize the chords in your mind? How does it look for you? And you told me at the time, you see colors, or I don't know what was the story. How do you do that?
I mean, I think it just comes organically. But,
Okay.
yeah, but I do have this thing called synesthesia. It's where like
Okay, explain.
so I'll like hear a note and it'll translate into colors, or I'll like taste some food and it'll like feel like a note or feel like a color. So when I drink like something, then I'm like, okay, this is E flat and this is blue.
What does chicken? What does chicken taste like?
Nando's?
Or sound like?
Nando's, yeah, Nando's.
Nando's tastes like G.
Nando's is a G.
Gee.
It's my G.
Okay, just elaborate a little bit more on that because that's interesting for me.
Yeah, so I mean, I found out like 2 years ago. I didn't know what it was, but I knew like I walked into Jamie's room one time, and then she had like this humidifier thing on, and then the smell of it smelled like blue to me, or it smelled like orange to me.
Okay.
and it was like E and a B. I don't know how to explain it. It just
Thick.
happens.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
synesthesia.
Synesthesia. Jay, we learned something here. Eh? I'm telling you. Okay, so at that's how you can explain it, right? Okay, although I don't understand it, but that's some explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some explanation. So when did you realize, like, look, I want to do this for a career? Is that an unfair question to ask?
Probably 3 weeks after I started playing, when we did that show that first show in East London, and I played with James for the first time live. Yeah, that's probably the first time because I mean, I just grew a passion for it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just love playing chords and music in general. So that was.
I think the music bug bit both of them
Yes.
that night.
That night. Yeah.
James.
I think
So-
I think the music bug bit both of them that night.
So Jamie, right? I've got two favorite drummers, right? That I love. So it's Jamie and her cousin Kayla. Both of them, right? So I just love the way they sit in the pocket. That's what the musos call it. They just sit there, don't do unnecessary things. If they do a solo, then you hear now. Listen,
They can play.
they can. They on another level. But in the music, in the songs, they sitting there, keeping it tight, just blending with all the instruments. And that for me is just so profound. James, growing up, when you realized, look, I can play drums now. What's your experience like growing up in terms of the whole music thing? Did your dad force you? How did it come?
I'll Joe Jackson, my son.
Well, I always liked playing drums because I never saw many female drummers.
Right.
Jamie-Leigh was one of my inspirations.
Okay.
I was actually starstruck every time I met her, but that's a different story.
Right.
I never used to like practicing, but
Still doesn't like
I still don't like
Still
practicing.
don't like practicing.
But my dad kept me like consistent, and then over time I saw like growth, and that kept me motivated.
Wow. And so Sheila is one of your
Yeah.
the icon. I mean, Sheila is just an icon. What you doing at the moment? Besides what your dad said, you touring. You're supposed to tour with different. But what you doing at the moment now?
What am I doing?
Yeah, in terms of music.
Music? Well, I just graduated from high school.
Okay.
So I got accepted into Berkeley. College of
Wow!
Music.
Come on, guys, Berkeley.
Yeah.
That's major.
Mhm.
That's
So
major.
I'm gonna be doing that.
Okay.
And then playing with Justin.
I'm playing with Justin.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So what you planning on studying?
I don't know yet, but probably
Okay.
music business because I want to know the business side to music too.
Okay, so this is the brains, Jukes.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the brains. Okay, and then we can have a practical session now because I know some of the guys that send they send me messages, and also when I have an artist in, they say, guys, the people are here, they singers or they musicians, let them do something, man. And say, I heard you guys. We'll have a session for that, right? Okay, but then I just want to speak to Jamie a little bit more. Your experience on South Africa's Got Talent. So you guys entered South Africa's Got Talent. Your experience there, James.
I can't even remember it. It was all just a blur.
Is it?
What's that
So
giggle
how old
about?
were you? How old were you?
How old was I? 9 years old. That's when we first started playing together.
Yeah, that's when they first started playing together.
So you don't have a good recollection of what happened there,
Well,
Justy?
well, all I remember is they had us in like this dungeon below the stage.
Yeah, we had to stay there for a long time.
Okay.
And then I learned this trick from this magician. Watch this. So good. That's all I remember from my time when I was got talent.
They don't remember the performances, nothing. That's
Serious?
all they remember.
I can't even find it on YouTube. It's like it never existed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that for you is a good thing, right?
and I don't know why it can't be found on YouTube, and that's just where we're gonna come to now, because just before you got this opportunity to move,
Yep.
Jukes, you were in South Africa's Got Talent,
Yep.
right? And look, Justin is now a prodigy. People in the surroundings, they know him. Now South Africa is exposed to him. Jamie-Leigh is only 9 years old. She's playing drums. I mean, you were a jazz guitarist. You were a phenomenal jazz guitarist. A lot of people around the country know you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so now you get onto South Africa's Got Talent, and explain that whole thing for us.
Yeah, so they actually approached us. They
Yeah.
approached me and asked me if I'm interested in, and I wasn't really interested. I wasn't
Right,
really interested because I was never in a competition like that, but I sort of assumed it's very stressful, and it
Right.
was very stressful.
Okay.
And I know there's a lot of politics that goes on behind the scenes and stuff like that, so I didn't want to be in that.
Right.
But they kept pushing, they kept pushing, they kept pushing. And then I thought, okay, no, it'll be a fun experience for them. And then we did it. And it was a fun experience though. But I think after South Africa's Got Talent, then I decided, I told my wife, after that, we need to go to the States.
Okay. So listen, this show is on insights. We address hardcore issues.
Yeah.
I want you to explain that to me. Why
Okay.
you decided and made up your mind, listen, I need to get out of this country.
Okay, so so when they started playing together and we started playing together,
Yeah.
right? Towards the end of 2012, we opened for Jonathan Butler.
Right.
Right? We
Right.
opened for Jonathan Butler, and myself and Jonathan Butler had a conversation. And the beginning of 2013, I sort of suggested to my wife, we need to find a way to move to the States, right?
Right.
And then in 2013, we entered South Africa's Got Talent, right? And then we came third, right? So we at the,
So they came third.
they came third, right?
Right.
So we at the after party, right? We
Yeah.
at the after party, and I don't really tell the story,
Yes.
right?
But he's telling it today.
I'm telling it
on
today.
the Inside Show.
Yeah.
Yep.
In your fields with the young.
Come on.
with the Ankh. So we at the after party, and I just want you to know I'm very conscious of how I say words.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's-
we at the after party, because that's
Yeah.
what I'm used to now.
Yes.
You know. But I'm saying now we are at the after party, and this dude walks up to me, and
So he's one of the.
he was one of the heads of Got Talent in
Yes.
South Africa.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
He walks up to me, and I think he had one or two stuff to drink, so his mouth was a bit free.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And he said to me, he said, "Hey, Julius, hey man, it's such a pity. If your kids' names were Jabu and Tembi, I'd
Yes.
have them all over this country on every billboard."
You see.
Right?
Okay.
And then when I got home, I said to my wife, "Now we have to leave."
Yes. Because there's no future musically here for my kids.
Yeah.
And to be exposed to discrimination
Yes.
and
Yep.
racism,
Yep.
let us just get them out of here
Yep.
and build a better future somewhere else.
Yep.
And that was your cue.
That was my cue. Yeah.
And
No, then I was very determined to move.
Yes.
Then I was very determined to move, and I was looking for opportunities. And then we decided in 2014, my wife and myself decided that, okay, this year we're going to go to the States for a couple of weeks. And because I played with Israel when he came here, so
Yes,
they knew me.
yes.
I played with Fred Hammond when they came here.
Yes.
I played with Jason Nelson, with the late Ken Reynolds when they
Yes.
came. So I was reaching out to all of them, and I reached out to this pastor that I met in London in 2011.
Yes.
Charlene was with me as well in London that weekend.
You went there for a conference.
For a conference, yes. And I sat and spoke about sat and spoke to the worship team, and this pastor was sitting
In
there.
a workshop.
In a workshop, yeah.
Yes.
I was sitting and speaking to the worship team, and this pastor was sitting there and not knowing that he was listening to me and stuff. And we exchanged numbers. He's a musician as well. We were listening to music together that whole weekend, and he preached there, and we exchanged numbers. And in 2014, I called him. And I said, hey, Pastor Joel, you know, I'm putting this whole trip together for my family. Is it fine if we stop by, like in Kalamazoo, Michigan?
Yes.
And he's like, no, for sure. We'll host you guys for a couple of days. That's fine. And as just before I ended the call, he asked me. He said, so Julius, so what is your plan? You know,
Yeah.
What is your plan? So I said to him, no, my long-term plan is like the next 5 to 10 years, I want to move my family to the States.
Yes.
And so the plan of this trip is just to look for an opportunity, not knowing that on the day I called him, his music director and his minister of music left him. On the day I called him. And then he offered me the position. I couldn't believe it. He offered me the position. He says, if you want to come over as my music director, let's do it. And then when Charlene came home from work, I'm like, hey, babe, I just got offered a job in
the States. Right.
And then we started the paperwork. I went to the States. That was the April. I went to June for a couple of weeks. I spent 2 weeks with him, with the pastor. I didn't want to stay in a hotel. I wanted to stay at his house because I wanted to see the vibe, you know, because I was bringing my family over. And so when I called her from the States, and I said, I think we'll be able to live here, you know, because it was nice people, nice environment. And I thank God because that entry into the States, I think because we went to the right people, it was easy for us to adjust. It was easy for us. They loved it. She loved it. So, yep.
And so we want to introduce to you Jamie-Leigh Sr.
It's very funny you say that. So we'll play at a show, right? We'll play at a show, and they'll walk up to Charlene and they'll say, you played so well today.
I'm like, cool.
James Senior and Junior.
So Charlene Schultz, give it up for Charlene, man.
Yeah.
This is the lady that keeps everything together. Charl, thank you so much for coming and for being here. It's been after how many years that you're here back?
6 years.
6 years. You haven't come before that, right?
No.
I did. I was here once. What? In the studio? Or
No,
at
it's
church?
No.
no.
South Africa.
To South Africa.
6 years.
6 years. Wow. Okay, so what I want to do right now, from their journey from South Africa and they move over to the States, right? The pivotal role that was played, I believe, was that the Lord used Charlene, because let me just create the scenario for you. Here is a woman. She's working. She's got a good job. She's married to Julius Schultz. They've got 2 kids. Julius is a full-time musician. And now he comes to her and says, you know what, we're going to move to a foreign country. And I think we can make it. She's worked hard. They stable.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And now she must give up a job, be at the mercy of a pastor
In the States.
in the States,
Yeah.
or a church there, right? What was that whole thing like, Charlene?
Now that you've mentioned it, it sounds weird. Right?
It's like if somebody had to bring it up
It's
like
like,
that, I wouldn't know when. Yeah.
Yeah. So what did Judy say at that time? How were you feeling? What was going through your mind?
Okay, so we did speak about it.
Right.
It's not like,
It
it
was
came
just
up overnight.
yeah.
So we spoke about it, like where we want to be in the next, what did we say, 10 years?
10
Yeah.
years.
5-10 years.
Mhm.
And so that was the plan to move.
Okay.
Okay, so it was always in there.
Yeah,
Right.
but it
So
happened.
I had to prepare myself emotionally for that
Okay.
and pray about it.
Okay.
But it was an easy decision to make.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really easy. Be like, let's take that jump
Yeah, and do
and
it.
leap of faith.
So come I tell you something, right? If you don't know Charlene. So we prepared 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Right? So Charlene has to prepare herself. If I tell Charlene now, can you go to the store quickly?
Mm.
I can't give her. She needs to prepare herself for that, right? So I can't tell her on the spur of the moment, can you go to the store quickly? She's like, no, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. So this for her actually did happen very quickly, because
Okay.
we said 5 to 10 years,
But
and it happened in a shorter amount of time.
sure.
So it was, and the funny story is, so Charlene worked for Ernst & Young when we
Yes.
left, right? When we got to the embassy for the interview, the guy said to her, ma'am, you leave in Ernst & Young to go to Kalamazoo. She's like, yes, I'm leaving Ernst & Young to go to Kalamazoo.
And so shall we? You get on the other side. What's going through your mind? Are
And
we
I've
gonna
never
make it?
been there before.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So we
yes.
get there and we moved, and I've never been there, not even for a vacation or a visit or anything.
Yeah.
Culture shock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can believe.
But I think what helped was the church and the family
And the people.
and the people. They made us feel welcome,
Wow.
Yeah.
and that was a blessing to us.
And you still have a relationship with
Yeah.
Yeah.
with that church.
Even though we move from state to state,
Yeah.
there's still a relationship with everywhere we go. People they've received us,
Very well.
and we've been open.
Wow.
I mean, once you're open to meet people and that, I think it's easier.
It's easier.
Shall
But
I'm not
must
going
also
to say.
I must also say this, Pastor Lester.
Yeah.
We say this about Charlene, right? When Charlene moved to the States, we've never seen Charlene randomly sit and talk to somebody here in South Africa. In the States, you'll just see Charlene's randomly talking to somebody there.
She's a people's person.
She's a people's person.
I don't know. The people are just like open. Like they just feel comfortable. I feel comfortable speaking to just
Yes.
anyone, and like I think that my thing was, if you wanna be comfortable, just make them feel comfortable in your presence, and then they'll automatically open up.
Wow.
So that's my approach.
So tell me, we're not saying it was easy.
Yeah.
It was difficult, right? You don't know anybody.
Yeah.
You alone, and now the weather also is. So you guys must enjoy the summer, right? When
No,
you
she
go back
loved-
home,
She
No,
loves
she
the
loved.
snow.
No, she
I
loved
love
it. She loved it.
Michigan.
No,
Huh?
she loved it.
Charlene.
Yeah, I know. The snow is my favorite.
No, she loved it. She's missing it. So we moved to North Carolina. It's similar to but when we go back now, we actually go into winter.
Yes, you go into winter.
But it's like Joburg's winters. Maybe not even as bad as Joburg's winters, but it's the same. But Michigan was brutal. Negative 15, negative 20 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Super cold.
that's
No,
super
that's
cold.
super cold.
We came from Los Angeles one day, and I had to dig my car out of the snow.
You
I
couldn't even see the car.
I couldn't find the car. It just, and then the automatic start didn't want to work, so I had to dig. And luckily we were parked at the hotel, so they went into the hotel, and I dug the car out of the snow.
Oh my
I'm like,
word.
what am I doing here? What am I doing?
So Charlene, from a spiritual perspective, what was your whole thing in terms of your faith in God to do this big move over to the States, settle down? Describe that for me.
Okay, so
If you were not grounded in God,
yeah, that would have been difficult.
nah,
It would have. I mean, we wouldn't have done this without him.
Without
right.
I mean, everything that we've done, you always pray about it, and we speak about it, and we just wait for confirmation. So I don't think we would have survived the obstacles and whatever we
So-
were facing.
How do you handle the stardom of these three? How do you handle that they're famous? Wherever they go, the
No,
people
these
make a
two,
fuss.
These two.
Or these two.
These two, yes.
Oh, these two.
Mm.
I don't know. You can't also, I mean, we've learned that you can't, they obviously not ours alone. So
Yes.
we need to share them with
Right.
For the
everyone.
world, yeah.
Wow.
So we're always there where we speak about it.
So
we
we
know
have-
their boundaries.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and we constantly have family altars at home, praying, reading the word, sharing with them, making sure that that we all grounded as a family. So when we go out, that we grounded as a family.
So Shal, you help them because They are homeschooled.
Yeah, both of them. Oh, well,
Okay.
she's done now.
Yeah.
So it's
Homeschool.
just Justin.
So you will help with that. You helped with that whole.
Yeah, so it was. He's like, yes. So yeah, well, they actually. I thought that I would struggle with them having
Music.
the music,
And the
school,
Yes.
and they played in church
Yes.
because they love playing in church. But I think because I just strategize everything,
Okay.
so that's how I worked in like the time for your schooling, like the cutoff time, study time. And that's how I manage them. Just make sure that everything is consistent, and they like do other things also, like their downtime or whatever they need to do.
Charlene, you speak as if it's so easy. Just to.
She makes it sound easy,
She
right?
makes it sound so easy.
She's a boss at time management.
She's a boss at time management.
Management.
Look, I am strict on
Yes.
managing time
Look, that-
properly. Okay.
Look, that persona
So
there is gentle, yeah,
I
but
do
she's
make
strict.
sure things are done. I
Yeah.
like order.
So,
I like
so we
making
sat,
sure.
we sat in Quincy Jones's house, right?
Yeah.
And he asked the question. So, what is? And she was like, no, these kids need to go to school. These kids need to do this. And he was like, whoa, mama, whoa, mom.
No, but that's a discipline you need.
No, you need it.
And I think that's the pivotal role that you play.
Yeah, I think that's the role I play.
Yeah.
Like with the music, I just bring structure
Okay.
to make sure everything is in order.
Wow. You just keep it together.
She does.
She's the rock.
No, she is.
Man,
And,
she's the
and,
rock.
and there's certain times where when she travels with us like 99% of the time, and then she has to handle 3 kids. That's including me. But if she's not around, then I'm forced to become an adult. Then I have to like Jamie, Justin did, and she does that so well. She does that so well.
Man.
So we go nowhere without her.
Big ups to Charlene. Big ups to
Yep.
Charlene. Big ups to you, man. Thank you so much. We're gonna move over to a practical session, right? Where I'm going to ask Julius and Justin. Jamie can't play bass today because Jamie decided last night, right, that her cousin will do her nails for her. You know what I'm saying? So now she can't touch the bass guitar because her nails are done. My word,
This
Jamie.
is the first time I've done my
That's the first time she done nails, like in her life.
in my life.
Okay, so you don't want to mess it up.
No.
No, because they're not real. They're gonna fall off.
And they glued on
They're
her.
glued on.
Yeah.
Okay, no, we forgive you for that, Jamie, right? We forgive you. We couldn't get a drum set in here now, a whole drum set. But anyway, we're gonna let Justin and Julius play something. What I want to hear first and foremost is what's that song that Better Days?
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
play Better Days for me?
Oh, sure.
Okay, cool. You're gonna play.
No, play keys, play keys.
Okay, you're gonna play keys.
I'll play bass on all, yeah.
Yeah. And then we get,
Yeah, you take
what's
it.
your other presenter's name?
Jay.
Jay.
Yes.
Jay will come rap with us on that song. Because I heard you, bro. I watched the show. I know you can spit some rhymes.
Okay, so we're gonna do. The song was written when? Jukes?
So 2000 and so Alban Botha, known as Yanaman,
Yes, Mr. Keys.
Mr. Keys,
Yes.
called me at home and said, "Hey Jukes, ek het 'n song vir jou hier." So.
Right.
Right? And then I went up and he played the melody from Wait, put it louder. He played the melody was
Yeah.
and then he played it all for me. He played So he played all of that for me, right? He played
Right.
all of that for me. I'm like, this is a beautiful song.
Yes.
He's like, Jukes, get the hook for you, get the hook for you. And then I drove home from his house and that melody was playing in my head. and then I started like singing with it. Then I started doing.
Yeah.
And then I started singing. I
And
said,
Jukes,
better days ahead.
Yes.
Better days ahead. Better days ahead. And then that's how that song came about.
And so you could sing it on your way home. You're not just a guitarist. I mean, you sang for Drakensberg.
Voice choir.
Voice choir. Don't
Ah.
play, man. Don't play.
Don't play, Sonny. Don't play. I sang for, but my mother allowed me to go for the audition and everything, and I got in.
Yes.
And when it was time to leave, she didn't want me to leave.
Aye, man.
But I think that was all within God's plan, because the next year, the next year, I got sick with that brain tumor and stuff like that. So if I went, I would have been on the road getting sick, and I think the outcome would have been
We
different.
must just bring that in because that testimony for me is just amazing.
Yep.
You a miracle. You a miracle.
Yep.
Let's just put it down to that. And I think because of that, the Lord has His plan and His hand on you, and therefore this whole thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because you went on a brain op. That was back in the day.
I was 12.
You were 12 years
I was
old.
12, yeah. I went under 2 major brain operations. The first operation, they removed the abscess from my brain. And the second operation, the fluid from the abscess. So they removed the abscess from the brain. And they took a CAT scan the following week to see if the abscess is completely gone. And they found there was fluid on the visional bone. And then the doctor said we need to do another major brain operation to remove the fluid, or they told my mother that it's either we leave it, this operation, and your son might die when he's 20, 21, or we do the operation and he'll be completely blind. So my mother decided she'll rather have a blind son than to have a dead son. They did the operation, and as they wheeled me out of the theater, I opened my eyes. I was like, my mother,
The Lord.
Come on.
the doctors couldn't believe it.
Ah,
Yeah, so
that's amazing.
that's why I sing.
Yes, go it. Yeah. Yo.
Better days ahead. Sang saam, pastor. Better days ahead. Better days ahead. Better days ahead. Play, Justin, play.
Oh, Justin.
Yeah.
Just you released your album. It's called Groove Kid.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite? What's your favorite? No, I want you to play this. So we're gonna turn that mic around, and then you can just speak in that mic. Yeah, just gonna turn it around. This studio was never ready for you, just.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite song on that album?
Probably.
How many songs are there on?
11 songs.
11 songs available on all digital platforms.
Yep.
Go check it out. Groove Kid. Okay. So which one do you say?
Probably Do I Do.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of Stevie Wonder, so putting that arrangement on the album was really like
Have you met
full
Stevie?
circle. No, not yet.
You haven't met
not yet.
Stevie
But
Wonder
it's in
yet.
the works, though.
It's in the works. And a big influence for you too
Of course, yeah.
was Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob.
Yeah, just elaborate a little on that.
Yeah, I mean, like, my dad used to play me Bob James records when I was
Foreplay.
like 4-play records when I was like 2 years old.
Too.
Right.
Even before I started playing, so I've always, had a love for Bob James.
Between the Sheets, that album.
Yeah,
Yes.
Between the Sheets,
Yeah,
Foreplay.
that's our favorite album,
Yeah.
Jukes.
So I would put on the DVD, and Justin was too with a dummy in his mouth,
Dummy.
a pacifier.
Pacifier.
Yes, pacifier in his mouth, and you'd point on the TV to the piano player and ask me, "Who's this? Who's this?"
Yeah.
and I would say Bob James, and then from there you'd say, Dad, put on Bob, put on Bob, put on Bob. So it was never actually both of them. No, she did watch, but he never watched Barney or stuff like that.
You watched
He
Bob
watched
James.
Bob. He watched Bob, and we actually had an honor to go to Bob's house.
Yes, let
Like
him
the-
explain
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so I mean, I think you reached out to him on Facebook,
Yeah.
and then he came to me. I was like practicing in my room, and he was like, "Just, you'll never believe who I'm talking to," and he let me guess a few times,
Mm.
and then my last guess was Bob James because I didn't think he was really talking to him. I was
Yeah,
like,
right.
That's too far. That's too far, man. So then he invited us to his house, and it was kind of a full circle moment meeting him. Like
So you in Kalamazoo, he
he's
was in
Traverse City.
Michigan. but he
Okay,
was
in Michigan.
He
Okay,
was
in
in Michigan, so it's like 2
Right.
hours away, 2 hour
Okay.
drive. Yeah, and seeing him for the first time, I was like really.
So you went to his house, Justin.
Yeah, I went to his house. Yeah,
Wow.
He invited us to his house.
Wow.
yeah, and I was like starstruck. Like I couldn't stop smiling when I first saw him. And then we went into his house, and he has like this studio set up, 2 beautiful grand pianos. So
Yes.
so I mean, we played and jammed for hours, talked, live music.
Like
So,
that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was actually the second time.
Oh, was that the second time when you went to his house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Th-
Okay.
that was the time he recorded My Playground. He recorded the pianos at Bob's house.
Yeah, that was the piano I recorded that on. Yeah.
Yeah.
On Bob's album.
Yeah.
No, no,
No, on
mine.
Justin's album.
No, Justin
On what?
recorded it. Remember, he released the first single before he got signed.
Oh yes.
The song
Okay.
My Playground
Okay, My Playground
was
Okay.
recorded. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Bob said, I was no one's engineer before. You're the first person. I'm your engineer today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So that he played a major role in your.
Yeah, definitely.
In your
my
career.
musical exploration.
Okay.
Yeah.
so that song. What's it called?
Angela.
Angela?
No. The on your album.
With
Do I
him?
do?
Oh, do I do?
Oh,
yeah.
do I do?
Do I do? Yeah. So that inspiration comes from Bob.
No, so I mean that came from Stevie, and it was also like a fusion arrangement.
Oh, Stevie. Yes.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder. But the song on my album that like really has his like touch on it is Angela, which is a song he wrote.
It's on it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
First do Angela. Then
Okay,
we do
yeah.
Do I do?
Cool.
Yeah.
So
You can hear it. Man. You can hear Bob.
You hear Bob, right?
yes, sir. That's you. Straight. I'll go first.
Hey! That's classic Bob.
That's classic. You hear him. Oh, Justin. So just who wrote that song?
Bob James.
Bob James wrote it.
Yeah, he wrote that song.
But the arrangement on his album is Justin's arrangement.
Yeah, this is my arrangement. So,
So that song is a theme song to a
TV show Taxi.
Taxi back in the day, and that was the theme song Bob wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he liked the song and he rearranged it. Bob James actually plays on the song on his album.
So Julius, I remember we were talking once, right, Justy, and you were saying when Justin really got to know Bob James, it was a time when he lost his wife,
Yes.
Yeah.
and so when Justin came in, that was like fulfilling some of his.
Yes, he was so, he was sitting there and he said, I'm so, what was the word he used?
Flattered.
Flattered.
Wow.
Yeah, he was smiling ear to ear. He said, I needed this because it
Wow.
was during a difficult time in his life.
Awesome, Just. Do I do?
Do I do? Yes.
James, you sure you can't play bass? Hey, James, man.
James.
James.
Come on,
James.
James.
I usually play talk box in this.
Do I do?
That's the gist.
Hey. No, I love that song. In fact, in my wife's car, that's the only album you hear. Is if she's not listening to 94.7, she's listening to.
She's a true fan.
True fan.
She's the true fan.
She's a true fan.
You'll hear Groove Kid on the whole day. Groove Kid is on. So Justy, what was your first song that you wrote?
That I wrote like a bunch of songs that's kind of a blur. But I think the first song that I wrote that I think I kind of liked harmonically was probably Quarantine on my album.
Okay.
It's the 11th track. It goes.
And he played that with a Brazilian bass player.
Michael Pivoquina.
Yes,
That dude-
I see him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that he made that song crazy as well.
Yeah.
I want to shift a little to Jamie and ask her, James, bring it around. James, how do you, since you've been playing now, and I see there's a lot of female drummers that's coming onto the scene. How would you encourage female drummers, that young up and coming drummers, female drummers?
Female.
Because in a world where males are dominating, you know what I'm saying? How do you navigate through that?
Well, I always say like females can do anything that a guy can do.
Right.
Just as good as they can. So if you put your mind to it and if you're passionate about it, pursue it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just do what you love to do.
And do you get antagonism sometimes? Because when you get into these concerts and so forth, do you get that resistance, antagonism coming your way from the male guys, from the males?
All of them are nice.
Yeah, shockingly enough, and I won't say
Wow.
shockingly enough, but every single, and I'm talking from Aaron Spears
Yes.
that plays for us. I'm
They're
talking
all
about
supportive.
Eric Moore. I'm talking about Calvin Rogers. All those people, all those drummers are so supportive. Like we did a show. Where did we do? We did a show in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And the drummer that is well known in that state came and inboxed Jamie and said, "Can I bring you any cymbals? Do you need this? Do you need
Wow,
that? Do you need
James.
that?" And he came. He came to the show. He brought his cymbals. He brought gear for.
So who do you follow like a lot besides Sheila E?
There's a
Some
lot.
of the guys.
Aaron Spears, Eric Moore. Those are the main two.
Okay.
And I am lucky enough to like be able to text them whenever I need to.
Wow.
Advice and stuff. Yeah.
Advise.
Wow.
They're super supportive and just really good people.
Awesome.
Crazy drummers.
Yeah, no, they are. They are. And James, do you have any endorsements?
I do.
Okay.
Justin's keyboard company, Tamboro.
Yes.
So they're an Italian company. So I have that. Groove Gear, TRX cymbals, drum dots. Am I missing something? Dope sticks. That's
Spectre bass.
Spectre bass. D-Mark.
D-Mark bass.
D-Mark bass.
Yeah.
Why did I ask that question? You've got so many.
And
And so you don't only play drums, but you play bass.
I do.
When did you take the bass on?
2018. I think it was 2018. My dad got me a bass for Christmas.
No, but she had an interest and Stanton actually gave her a first bass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
The
okay.
green one.
Okay.
The
The green one.
Stanton gave her the
But
first
you
one.
started playing when?
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
So you're only playing 3 years.
Yeah.
But then I stopped because we were traveling.
Yeah. She's.
But 2018, and then I posted a video. I think it was "Isn't She Lovely," right? And Ty Tribbett saw it, and then I went on a TBN special with him.
I remember that.
That was my
yes.
first bass gig.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Ty Tribbett reached out to me and
It was a Christmas thing
It
or
was a
something,
Christmas
yeah?
thing,
Yeah.
Ty Tribbett reached out to me and he asked me if Justin is available, and I said yes. And then I sent him. He said I'm sending him some videos, and I sent him of Jamie, and he called me back, and he said, "Man, I just booked a drummer. I would have rather have had your daughter on."
Right.
And he said, "I just booked a drummer." And then I said, "No, it's cool." And then I think 2 days after that, she posted the video of the bass.
Of the bass.
The bass went up. I think about not even 5 minutes later, Ty Tribbett called me. He said, "She plays bass. She's got the gig." and then she first said, "No." I said, "No, we'll prepare you for that. We'll prepare you." But it was so much fun, right?
It was,
It
yeah.
was so much fun. That was a bass line.
Which song was that?
That's the song I did.
It was his version of Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's the arrangement.
He's the
Oh,
arrangement
okay.
of
Of
Little
Little Drummer Boy.
Yep.
Okay, so what do you like most?
Drums. Drums will always be my first love. Yeah. But I've been playing bass more recently.
Yeah, a lot more recently.
Yeah.
But I suppose that helps with
It does.
bass, because if you want to go into producing and so forth, that's gonna be it's gonna be good for you,
Yeah.
doing the bass, laying the drums, and then you can just text Justin and say,
For the
Justin,
keys.
just come do the keys
And
quickly.
the guitar.
Dad, just do the guitars for me quickly.
No, I don't. It's like Justin can do it.
Okay, but James, so you guys, there's no pressure on you.
No pressure.
You're just doing it because you love it.
Yeah.
There's no strictness and saying you must go rehearse now, or you know what I'm saying. It's your passion.
Yeah.
So music is your passion.
Music is my passion.
Awesome. And Justy, what's your passion? Comedy? Well,
Recently. He dabbles.
My passion is eating.
No, that's true.
Kidding. Yeah, music. Music is my passion 100%. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I want to do it for the rest of my life.
That's you.
That's me. That's my thing. Yeah.
I asked you offset yesterday. I asked you. I'm gonna ask you again. So what does Justin want to do? I asked you. Is that an unfair question to ask? Because I mean, you've played us. You've played all over, man. But what is it that Justin wants to do?
I just want to play. I just want to, you know, well, my biggest dream is to like do like a sold out arena tour around the globe, like do O2 Arena in London, Madison Square Garden, or Wembley Stadium. So yeah, but I just want to play.
No, he just wants to play.
Yeah.
So I didn't even hear FNB Stadium or
Oh, FNB
Jay,
Stadium.
Come on.
Jay.
What's up, bro? What's up?
Johannesburg Fairgrounds. I don't know the places.
Johannesburg Fairgrounds.
Okay, Justy, I get you. Okay, so you just want to play. You want a sold out arena. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Inspire people.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for boys growing up? Where's the best place to learn? Would you say church?
I mean, it's definitely what culture you grew up in. Like, church is definitely a great place to learn.
Right.
I mean, you can go on YouTube and find hundreds of lessons from masters that they just give you information. But advice, I would just say to keep consistent, keep practicing, keep wanting to do better, keep wanting to learn, keep an open mind, to learn from anybody. And also to just have fun. Like, if you're not having fun, it's not worth doing.
It's not worth it, eh?
Yeah.
It's not worth it. I see you because your expression, since you were small, your facial expressions, when you're busy on that keyboard, it's just a lot of fun that you're having.
For sure.
And I think that's where the beauty comes out, the artistry comes out. If you should advise anybody, where do you start? Buy yourself a keyboard, or do you buy a piano? Upright? What's the better thing to do?
You can buy a keyboard and upright, $1,000. It just
No, somebody that's starting.
Oh, someone that's starting.
Just a keyboard.
Oh, just a keyboard,
A Casio. Yeah.
Or a little Yamaha with the speakers on it.
Yeah.
Put the notes on, like the name of the notes on it, and just
Or Korg.
Korg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Korg Chrome.
A core chrome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Jay, do we have any comments, any questions there?
Yeah, a lot of shout outs, a lot of fire flame emojis. I'm just going to get to a couple. Daniel Dupree saying he loves the album. Then there's a standout one from Lorraine saying, congratulations to the Julius family. Kudos to the parents for truly investing in their kids' gifts and allowing the kids to live their full potential. God bless you all. Well done.
Thank you so much.
No, awesome. Shooks, I want a song where Justin's playing guitar. Just what?
No, let him play bass.
You wanna play bass?
And that's where we're gonna collaborate with you, right?
Okay,
That's
cool. Okay.
You gotta spit some bars.
I like that Bad Days vibe.
No, but on this one, I think you'll like this.
You gotta spit
Okay.
some bars, bro. This is Robert Glasper. Ready? Ready?
Yeah, here we go.
So this song just goes like this. You can even sing with this is what the song says. 2 words. It says, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's all the song says.
The uncle coming with the vocals.
Ready?
You do the
Oh
rapping.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I was sitting on my bed last night, watching the sky, stars shining. Cause being with you, I visualize. Kinda thought something sweet, like your sweet lips. Think about how it feels if you give me a kiss. You're so precious. Ain't about to change the way I love you and the sweet little things that I say. We cruise round the block, look at the sunshine. I can't help but smile when I think about your smile. Cause you get me weak in the knees. Look at our future, and happiness is what I see. My soul look up, I provide what it needs to be. An LOV and every little thing that you need. I'm a soldier, you can rest your head on me. Won't be quick to bust if you cuss with me. And if I never wake up and never see the sun, just know that you're my one and only. Number one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, let's go.
Right.
Dun, dun, da, da, dun, 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 dun. Da, da, dun, 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 da, ba, dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 dun, da, ba, dun, dun, dun. Oh, ba, dun, 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 dun. Boom, boom, dun, da, da, dun, dun, dun. Ba, da, ba, da, ba, dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's ah yeah.
No, so we're in South Africa, right? So it's other.
Ready?
Awe.
Awe. Awe. Everybody say awe.
Awe.
Awe. Awe. One last time. Awe. 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 2, 3.
Oh man.
Let's
Yeah.
get it.
Man, I want you to come over here. Just play something on the guitar for me.
I'm embarrassed your father for a minute.
Just some nice leaks. I don't know what song. You know what? I'm gonna put you on the spot now. Play me your favorite worship song on the guitar.
Yeah, okay.
You want to hit it? Yeah.
It's wet now.
Ew, it is wet. I'll go without it. Oh, dope, thanks.
Let me get that for you, broski.
Damn, thanks.
I'm sorry, bro. I'll put on yours.
Cool.
Just your favorite worship song, right?
What you gonna play? What
Just
you
put on,
C.
just put on that. Just put on his headsets. Can we have a little more volume on the guitar? Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. So Julius, before you left
Yeah.
for the States,
Let's get it.
you guys had a concert, right?
Let's get it.
Yeah.
I think it was at LVC.
Yes. Yeah. No, so we did the 0 to 40.
Yeah,
Yes,
0 to
yes,
One
yes.
night. Yeah.
At Pastor Fabian's church.
Yes. Yes.
And then this guy played guitar.
Yes.
Was that his first time on stage?
Yeah, playing guitar.
Playing guitar, and he cried so
And
much.
he cried. That's what I want to get to. Why did you cry?
Why did you cry?
Jesse?
Well, all I remember is I was like playing, and I think like just the music just got to me. I don't know.
You were very emotional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very soft.
What did you play? What did you play?
Where did you play? Ah, yeah.
Take it out. pick. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. No, you're good. You're good. So you know that Jonathan Butler plays on his album as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Over
Jonathan,
essay.
Yes.
Jonathan Butler plays on his album
Yes.
as well, and also, just before we came, he's supposed to play keys for Jonathan at the Daytona Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
he's moving in big circles.
Wow, Justy.
Yeah.
So
But
I
also
just got,
one thing, let me just say this: what I've seen with him and with Jamie, we did a show at the Baked Potato in Los Angeles, famous
Yeah.
jazz club.
yeah,
And there was 2 shows. The first show was an older crowd because it's for the jazz.
right.
But what I saw, the second show was all young people.
So
all
the
young.
jazz scene is big in the States, James.
It's very big in the States, yeah. But it's more for the older crowd, right?
Okay.
But I'm seeing that they draw in because
They okay.
draw
There's
in a younger crowd.
yes.
They draw in a younger crowd
Because I mean the guy that plays bass now and then for you.
Yeah,
young
he's
cat.
he's like
And there's a guy that plays guitar also
Oh,
as
a
well.
young dude from New York. He
yeah,
played
young
on the
dude.
album as well.
yeah,
Brandon.
Both Brandons.
Both Brandons, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's busy happening now. What would you say? What's the difference that so many young people in the States are going, or not going, but there's a culture with them
Yeah.
with music. Is it the school curriculum that allows that, or because we don't see any music coming up here in South Africa? The young people are not interested. You know what I'm saying? They want to be DJs. Not anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying, playing instruments, just playing instruments and that type of thing.
DJ Clates.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of phenomenal young musicians in the States. They actually just finished an album that is in for mixing and mastering that will come out in
January.
In January, February next year. The band's name is J3.
Yeah.
It's Justin,
Jamie and Jaden Baker.
Bishop Cheryl Brady's grandson.
Wow.
Phenomenal bass player.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Okay, so the three of you are doing an album.
Yeah.
And all other instruments. So they went for a week to Dallas, and myself and Jaden's dad, which produced a live in Asia for Israel.
Yes.
Chris Baker.
Chris Baker.
Yes.
That's Jaden's dad.
Okay.
We sat in the studio and listened to them record this album in 1 week.
Wow.
It was funny because like we'd see them and then we'd like discuss some stuff and they'd be gone.
We'd be gone. We're like,
Out
what are
of
we
the
doing
studio.
here? Like, what are we doing? This kid's 17 at the time,
14.
14, 15, sitting and playing. If you guys listen, if this album comes out and you hear it, it's unbelievable to think, because he goes from instrument to instrument, she goes from instrument, Jaden goes from instrument on the album, and it's crazy.
And also, who's writing the songs?
So I wrote most of it and produced it, but you produced it with me
With
and arranged it and stuff. And then
And
Jaden wrote 2 songs and stuff. So
yeah.
yeah, there's 11 tracks on the album.
Okay. It's just so unbelievable. We've got phenomenal people in the studio, and Jay, I don't know how to end the show. To be honest with you, I can spend the whole day with him.
So we came because my father-in-law passed away, right?
Yes.
So we never planned to play
Okay.
or do interviews or whatever.
Yes. So
right?
tell me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're here today.
Yeah.
This afternoon we're playing at
Turnkey Music.
Turnkey Music. He's doing for the new core keyboard.
Yeah.
He's doing a presentation, but we're doing a full band thing.
So that's Turk Music in Straight Park.
Straight in Park. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not doing anything,
Turnkey Music at 5:30 p.m.
5:30, right?
5:30 to 7. Yeah.
Okay. So it will be the three of you
With Carlo, you were still on bass.
with Carlo. Oh man.
Yeah.
With Carlo on
With Carlo
bass.
on bass,
It's
yeah.
gonna be awesome.
Yes,
And you can play drums because it's gonna be dry already,
Yes.
and you can hold it like this. You don't need your nails.
So on Tuesday, on Monday or on Tuesday, Monday, I think it was Monday, Sean P reached out to me.
Yes.
And so he said this guy wants to do a show with us in
Phoenix.
in Phoenix, and this
Yeah.
venue takes 350, 400 people. And last night he called me and he said the show is sold out.
Wow.
So I'm like, what? And I'm a bit jealous, Pastor Les, because
Yes.
I had to work 10 times harder to get 50 people to a show.
We were speaking about that.
I had to work 10 times harder.
I mean, you're recording at the Blues Room. You had to drive to
Jay,
people's houses.
I drove
to
from
sell
house to house
tickets.
to sell tickets. Sell tickets like I had to sell myself. It is going to be cool. There's going to be dinner. There's going to be live music. I got what happening. I had to sell the show.
What
And
was
people's like, okay, because he came, you know. So and that was like about 250 people. I mean, it was and plus I had to play, right? Yeah, these kids come.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 days they sell out the show. You know.
No, man.
that's
So you
beautiful.
have to be grateful for the
Facts.
foundation
Facts.
that has been laid,
Laid.
for you.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
they're cool kids.
Justin.
They're cool kids. Good kids.
Great, man. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for sharing this link with friends and family. It was an awesome show. Thank you for Jamie and Justin. Julia, you know what? They used to tell me, why don't you get Justin on the show? Why don't you get Justin on the show? Why don't you get Julius on the show? And I'm like, I don't like Zoom. I don't like to Zoom in. I want them live here. And the opportunity, I must just say, it wasn't. I clean forgot, you know, that you're here. And I was playing golf with Dr. Carl, and he said to me, "Why don't you get Julius on your show?" I'm like, "Yes." How couldn't I think about it? I'm waiting for them all this time, and I said, "Excellent idea." On the golf course, I called you.
You call, yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yes, man. And then they were here today. I'm blessed. I'm favored.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that I always teach my kids, and maybe this will be another. This is all about relationship.
Yes.
You
True.
understand? Relationship is very, very important as you go in life. Making so I must say this as well. A lot of people reached out to me, and I said, nah.
Yeah.
Nah. But because of relationship,
Yeah.
because
Yes,
of
that's
relationship,
good.
and Pastor
Yes.
Lester, I mean, he taught me how to drive. You know, a lot of things. We've been friends. Slept at his house. Heard his father pray for days, not for hours. I'm talking for days. We like leave the morning, get his father still praying. Uncle Steve, you know, so the Constance family and our family, and we might actually be really family.
No, and
Yeah,
we,
there's a possibility.
we are, not possibility. Yeah. Oh, but we will only admit it. Myself and Anne.
And Anne will admit that.
it.
Yeah.
We know the history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to put it out there. You know.
Put it out there.
Yeah,
Julius and Sylvia is a bit difficult, but myself and Anne, we really
He's got
know.
family in East London.
Yeah, we
that
really
looks
know.
like me.
Yeah, like you showed me a picture of Gilla,
Yeah.
his late brother. Looks just like you.
Yeah.
I was like, isn't that Uncle Lester?
So short story before you close. Short story, right? We in Extension 6, me and my late brother, right? When Extension 6 at the shopping
Gilbert.
center, he's smoking a cigarette, right? And so they see me and they said, "I wear Pastor Les." I'm like, "Hey, see Pastor Les," because soon as they see Pastor Les to smoke.
Yeah. Oh, God bless you.
Thanks so much for having us, Pastor
Yes,
Les.
man.
thank
Thanks
you.
so much for having us, Joe.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
blessing,
Thanks,
bro.
Guys.
No, it's good. It's good to have you guys, man. It was really awesome. Guys, you're going to play us out for 2 minutes. Yeah, Lee, just give us 2 minutes. Play out with something. I don't know. You're going to be on keys? You're going to be on guitar? Okay, yeah,
Come on,
they go.
Jay.
There they go. There they go. There they go.
Hey.
Awe, 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 awe. Awe, masukent, awe. Awe.